Well, folks, today we're going back and looking at a small indoor security camera from Nooie that I did a setup for actually a little while back. Hey guys, welcome to techgooch, and today I'm trying to get a couple of the videos done that I've been meaning to get done, and this one actually slipped my mind that I didn't actually do it. So I did the setup video on this a little while back, and it's called the Nooie security camera. It's a 360 pan tilt zoom, so you can track with your phone, with your finger. Right now I have it set up in the other room. I actually had removed the memory card. Like I said, it slipped my mind that I didn't review it. I didn't finish the video on it, and so I just put a new memory card back in it just a little bit ago, and I'll actually show you what that camera looks like in terms of use of the app, and then we'll bring it back over here and actually show you what the camera looks like, you know, in its raw form. But let's get to the app real quick. Show you the app, and then we'll go into the camera itself. So the app that we're actually using with this camera is called the Nooie Cam app. It goes along with the Nooie Cam. It's not the Nooie app, it's the Nooie Cam app. So let's go ahead and open that up and let it boot up. And it's going to connect to the camera automatically, and we'll see the camera. Now, if we had more than one camera, we'll actually have multiple cameras listed in here. In this case, I only have one. I'm going to go ahead and select the camera, and it's going to bring up a live view of that camera currently. Currently, you can see we actually have it in portrait mode. I can actually just as easy switch over to a landscape mode, and I can connect that way. And there you can see that it's actually booting up the actual timeline. Sometimes it's faster than others, but there we go. She's up and running. So we can go into a quick and easy landscape mode. Now I can actually connect to this and do two-way audio as well. So right now we have the sound turned off. Let's see if I have this turned up. Hello! So you can hear that it is getting audio. Same thing goes, we can actually talk through the camera, turn the speaker back off, but the microphone turned on. You can see that went blue. Now I don't know if you can hear that. Hello, hello, hello. Yo, hello. Yeah. But it's playing in the other room. I don't know if you can hear it in the camera. This photo and video button is for actually taking photos of whatever's going on and saving it to my phone, as well as a video. I can actually hit the video record button, and it's going to actually record on my phone what it's seeing through the app. So it's a little bit lower quality, but at least you'll actually get that video. And then I can undo that, and it's saved to my photos in my phone. Now, like I said, I actually changed the memory card out, and it is what it is. But this timeline down here, actually, if you had a memory card in there for multiple days, and you have loop recording built in, it'll actually have highlighted the days that there are basically events loaded. You can also do it so it's actually just motion activated. You can change exactly how you do it, how the recordings are. But right now, if I go to today, which is the only time I have actual footage available, you can see this little gray bar area. That's the footage that I have available to actually look at. So if right now it's actually playing based on that time. If I was to let it play, I think right after it actually booted up, I actually adjusted the PTZ. Like I said, this is a pan tilt zoom, so I can actually adjust this at any time within the camera itself, within the app. So like if I'm going to fast forward here, I can actually buffer forward and go to a different time within the app. It takes a second to load, depending on the connection of your phone, depending on a lot of things, but it's not, it's not a $300 camera, so don't, expect to have the fastest, craziest thing possible. But it does load, it does work, and sometimes, I will say this as well, sometimes it does work faster if I just close the app, wait a second, reload the app, and then it comes up faster. That's what I've personally noticed. So that's just from my own things. And also to show that if we come off of Wi-Fi, if we actually connect to this over LTE, in this case I'm actually connected to Verizon's network, I may have to actually back out. Let's get back over here and then reconnect through the LTE signal instead. So you can see I'm not on Wi-Fi anymore, but we can actually still pull this up over the network rather than over local network. Okay, so you can see now I'm connected to the camera. It is on LTE. It took a couple seconds to load up, but it is what it is. And then same thing goes, I can actually come back to the buffer and play from that buffer. Now you can actually see that it was actually faster that time. So like every time you go into the app, it can change. Yeah, it's loading a lot faster now. So it made it, so you can see the stuff disappeared. So that's how that works. Same thing goes with actually using the PTZ function of the camera itself. So if we actually just think if I'm putting my finger on the item and I'm grabbing the wall. So if I'm grabbing the wall and I head this way, right, I can move the camera. If I grab the wall and go the other direction, I'm just moving the camera. Same with grab the wall, pull it down. So I'm going to face it up, grab the wall, go down with it, and then face down, right? That's essentially what you're doing with how it operated. And it actually works quite fluidly, to be honest about it, right? You can see that it actually is pretty fluid, and it works quite well. You can always see the connection that you're getting to the actual camera here. And this is going from on Verizon's network to my local network to the camera. So that's fluid over all those network areas as well. So that is how the camera works. That's how the app functions. If we go to the settings of the app, let's go back to portrait mode. Up here in the top right, we can see audio recording status, light, rotate image. Rotate image is going to be if I mounted it on the ceiling upside down. I'm going to have to rotate it. Motion tracking, it actually can track motion that's going on. Hey, look at that. Night vision, I have it on auto if you don't want night vision mode, so when it gets dark out, it automatically clicks to night vision. You can turn that off. I will say this, if you have this in an area that, like, I found when I was, we had it in our living room, and at night when we were watching a movie, the TV would create so much brightness that the auto night vision would turn off, and then it would get dimmer during a night scene, and it would turn back on. And it makes a clicking sound when it does that, and it was really annoying. So if it's going to be in an area where it will be constantly changing back and forth, that's why that off button is there, really. Synchronize time, so you can synchronize it to the current time, so when daylight savings time ends, things like that. Motion detection, you can get both motion and sound. You can get notifications, and you can turn these on. You can get notifications if there's something moving or something that makes a lot of sound. So when you're away, you can be alerted to that. Storage, like I said, right now I have a 64 gig card in there. Loop recording, you can turn that off if you want to just fill the card and stop. Format card down there. You can also subscribe to their cloud services. So if we hit subscribe, we actually should see a price tier plan. $30 per month for storage, and that'll give you 24-hour recording. Per month is going to be that, and then per year, yeah. So I'm sorry, 24 hours recording is what you get now, or that, but then you get 3-day, 30-day, 15-day, or 7-day, and that's per year, per month for the pricing. So you can see it there. All right, let's see. Camera sharing, if you want to share it to another account, if you want to have multiple people be able to access the camera. Camera information is also where you're going to see all the information, but also if there's a firmware update, you can click on it there. So pretty easy, pretty robust, and it works, and that's the best thing about it. So let's take a peek at the camera itself. So you can see here we actually have it. It's actually on this whole white part rotates away from the gray part, and then the camera up and down goes with the black area there. You can see that indicator light that we can actually turn off if we so choose to. But I'm going to actually move the camera with the app. So right now I have it pulled up so you can see me there in the tripod. If I actually pull it off, you can see how it's actually rotating. Go the other direction. Let me go up with the camera. Let's go there. So that's how fluid it is. And it just works really, really well. And it's not loud. Now, if it was to get really dark in here, that's when the night vision would kick on. And the night vision works really well on this camera. But right now you can see that everything works good. So with the camera off, at least now, I can show you the power cord itself is just micro USB that plugs into the back of it. So even if you were to damage this, you can actually replace it. And it's just using a standard USB power brick. So it's running off a 5 volt, 1 amp, really. So nothing crazy for the amount of power, and that's what it comes with. The cord does come with a 90-degree bend in it. So it does, hug basically down and against the one. The mount that they give you, actually I just set it on there for the base. This little guy here is what you can actually just screw to a surface. mainly, you know, like the ceiling. And so you could actually have this camera essentially up at the ceiling level, you know, looking down rather than on a desk or and looking up or whichever. That little mount as well also has the capability, so if you were to run the cord like in the substrate or whatever, it does clip into that mount. I don't know if you can see that kind of. Something small, but this little camera works really, really good. The memory card also, if you actually slowly pull the camera up, that's where the memory card is stored, is right here. So you can see the little memory card, and it's just right there on the black part. Now, if you watch my full setup of this camera, obviously you'll see all of this stuff as well. And the full setup when I actually created my Nooie account and everything. Real easy to set up. I got to give him credit. For the money, this camera works awesome. It works awesome. It really does. And I have zero issues with it. The only issue was me removing the memory card because I had another review to do and not thinking that I already had shot this. So my bad. So sorry I couldn't show you the big timeline history in the background. But that's my fault. I didn't want to wait another week to get this out. So that said, this camera for the money works fantastic. The system works good. The app works good. Easy access from anywhere you are, so on the go. Yeah, the only problem I ever had with it really was the clicking from the night vision, clicking on and off when you're in a room where the constant brightness is changing from like the TV and watching the TV, and all of a sudden you hear this click, and then again click, and then again click, and that's really annoying. But of course, most people aren't probably going to put it in that scenario. We left on vacation, and I decided to put this camera in the corner of my living room, watching the entire living room while we're away, so I could actually see the living room from that perspective. So it worked out good for me, but at the same time, yeah, that clicking noise can be annoying. You can turn that off within the app, and that's essentially what I eventually did. And yeah, so that's where we are today. Would I recommend this? If you're looking for a simple camera, like especially with the PTZ function, the ability to change the perspective of everything, absolutely. For the money, this is a fantastic camera. Now, of course, if you already have other cameras with other systems, this is another app you're going to have to worry about. You'll only be able to access it through its own app ecosystem. But I've done trials and stuff on other cheap, what I would call inexpensive PTZ or security type cameras, and this actually went far and above what I thought it could. Now, it's not going to be the quality of footage that you could use as a recording of something. It's not going to be that. It is good security footage, so you at least have an idea of what's going on, and it does audio recording. But for what it is, for the money, fantastic deal. So put links down below to the camera, put links to the full setup video that I did on GeekSmart, and if you have any other questions, let me know below. Comment, subscribe, share the video if you can for me, and give it a thumbs up. I'd love for you to do that for me as well. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, like I said, let me know. Otherwise, we'll catch you back here on techgooch for another future video review. We'll see you soon.